Climate change poses risks for financial price stability, says International Monetary Fund. Oil prices deep as high interest rates outweighs tight supply. Asian markets largely fall despite Wall Street rally. The program is Business Express, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Musa Abubakar, your guide. Now let's bring you up to speed with business development. Prioritizing macroeconomic choice that will grow the economy, ensure debt relief and sustainability is needed to turn around the fortunes of Nigeria and Africa. This where submissions of stakeholders at the African Network for Environment and Economic Justice Conference with a theme, repositioning Nigeria for a debt-free Africa.
Educate Nigerians about the special drawing right, which Nigeria benefited 3.5 billion to again raise an awareness, build common position with the people, and so that we begin to put pressure on the creditors as well.
We are trying to design a framework for achieving a debt-free Africa, using Nigeria as a launching pad.
When we talk about debt management, we are talking about issues that will make it easy for Nigeria to allocate funds.
This market closed first weekday of trading on a bearish note. The all share index shed 0.66% to end the session at 66,882.6 basis point. A total of 408.1 million shares valued at 5.4 billion were traded in 7,707 deals as market capitalization advanced to 36.6 trillion naira. Now, the need to tackle infrastructure deficit in the West African sub-region, as well as embrace principles of sustainable finance in a bid to promote economic development, are some of the issues to be discussed as the Securities and Exchange Commission Nigeria hosts the third biennial West Africa Capital Market Conference 2023. The conference with a theme, infrastructure deficit and sustainable financing in an integrated West Africa capital market, will be held in Lagos next month. Director General of SEC, Lamido Yuguda, who is also chairman of the West Africa Securities Regulators Association, WASRA, in a statement said the conference will provide a unique platform to engage in meaningful discussions, share insights, and forge partnership that will share the future of our capital markets. Yuguda added that the deficit posed a significant challenge to the region's sustainable development, adding that to address the gap, there is a growing need to adopt innovative financing mechanisms and sustainable financing options to mobilize the desired funds to meet the region's critical infrastructure needs, foster economic growth, and achieve sustainable development goals. Now, before we go into the discussion proper, let's go on a break.
There are certain moments in the day when I need my me time to just unwind and indulge.
Now available in 30 grams and 400.
Okay, now to shed more light on the strategies that can assist in proffering solutions to the region's infrastructure deficit, as a member technical committee, West African Securities Regulators Association, WASRA, Saad Abdul Salam. Welcome to Business Express.
Good morning. Thank you, Musa.
Okay, well, let's start with the theme of what you would likely look at by October. What are the challenges in getting infrastructure finance?
Okay, you know, not only in West Africa, but I think generally on the African continent, we have the dearth of critical infrastructures, be it the economic infrastructure, social infrastructure, and so on. If you look at the West African countries, because of the socio-economic challenges, we have very minimal resources to deploy in meeting the day-to-day needs of the populace. So there is very little to deploy in infrastructure development. We are looking towards having an integrated West African market, and to achieve these goals, we try to bring together experts from across the globe, not just from the West African sub-region. Those experts will come and rub minds and then maybe map out strategies through which the West African sub-region can raise funds to finance those critical infrastructure needs. The West African Capital Market Conference that will be held that will hold in Lagos, 25th and 26th of October, is the third in the series. It is to be held on 2-year basis in the respective jurisdictions across the sub-regions. So the Lagos conference will take place at Eco Hotel and Suites. We expect speakers from the United States, speakers from IOSCO, that is the International Organization of Securities Commissions, from other
before we actually
capital market
get to
securities
that,
commissions across the world.
Okay, before we actually get to that aspect, recently Bola Ahmed Tinubu was at the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was at the United Nations General Assembly meeting, and he had the opportunity to visit NASDAQ. So what do you make of that? Because he was there and he, however, tried to lure investors to Nigeria.
Yeah, the president's visit to NASDAQ is among the efforts of putting Nigeria on the global map, especially when it comes to the capital market operations. And that with that, the investor confidence is getting a boost, because after the 2007-2008 market crash, there was decline in investor confidence. I think being the number one citizen of the country, the president's visit there and interaction with foreign investors is a great boost to the capital market and the economy in general.
Okay, another issue is that of this unclaimed dividends. I understand that the SEC have employed the use of technology, but how far so far, and what has been the outcome? It seems like it's not getting any, it's not getting any better, because it's, last time I checked, it's around 190 billion naira unclaimed dividends.
Yes, you see, the issue of unclaimed dividend is a legacy issue. Since 2015, the SEC has been making efforts along with other market stakeholders to see what we can do to reduce the quantum. The effort gave birth to the issue of electronic dividend mandate, in which a shareholder will have his data captured, BVN, account number, and so on. And then once a company declares dividend, the dividend will be credited to his account directly by the registrar within 24 hours. But prior to that, we have large quantum of unclaimed dividend. And another reason why the amount keeps growing is due to issue of incomplete data. For instance, some investors, when applying for securities, instead of giving correct account details, they will give an incomplete account number. Maybe some will not put their BVN. So that poses a very great challenge. There is a market-wide committee that is responsible for dealing with that, and that I am aware that the committee is doing all efforts to see that we have dealt with that. Now, if you look at the MTN public offer, which was an electronic offer, it assists greatly in reducing that, because 1 year after the offer, MTN declared a dividend. I am sure majority of the investors have already gotten their dividends. Now, the reason being that the portal through which you will apply, if the information is incomplete, it will automatically reject your application. So with the use of that technology in subsequent offers, I believe we'll get to where we're heading to.
Okay, the revised capital market plan for Nigeria, where are we on its implementation?
Well, a lot of progress has been made. We have revised the master plan so that we can now look at what have we achieved so far. Certain things might have been overtaken by events. Certain things have changed because the market is dynamic. Things keep changing. So we have now done a midterm review, and then we came up with a revised capital market master plan, which places emphasis on technology. One of those issues is the issue of financial technology, fintech. And in trying to achieve that, the Commission developed frameworks for the issuance of digital assets, for registration of digital exchanges, and so on. And also, we are paying serious attention to the issue of non-interest finance. 2 weeks back, the Commission hosted a capacity building program on development of the non-interest financial market, amongst other efforts.
Okay, can you tell us about the West Africa market integration, and what stage of implementation have been put in place, and what role would that help? I mean, what role would that play in somehow developing the capital market across the region?
Yes, the West African Capital Market Integration Project started more than 10 years ago, and it is an effort between the regulators in the West African sub-region and the market players, particularly the exchanges, the central depositories, amongst others. Now, we did the phase 1 of the project, which is called Sponsored Access. Sponsored Access is a project where a Nigerian stockbroker can sponsor a Ghanaian or a broker from the Umoa region to trade in Nigeria and have access to the trading engines of the Nigerian exchange. And similarly, the stockbroker in Umoa can sponsor a Nigerian stockbroker to trade in their own sub-region. That has been done, but it has not gained the expected traction because so far it is only the trade that happens between Ghanaian brokers and Nigerian brokers that happened. But we have moved to the second phase, which is Qualified West African Brokers Project. This is where the brokers will be assessed. If they are qualified, then based on their license in Nigeria, they can be allowed to trade across the sub-region. And then when this is concluded, the next phase is to have an integrated West African market. We have done a lot. We have developed the regulations that will guide such operation of the qualified West African brokers. We have developed a framework for issuance of debt instruments across the region. Last week in Abuja, we had a capacity building workshop where the market participants from the Umoa region, you know, the Umoa region consists of 8 francophone countries. So we did capacity building so that we can train them on those frameworks.
Okay, now, well, to your conference, what are the benefits of holding this conference every 2 years? And so far, what has been achieved?
Yeah, these regulations that I mentioned a moment ago are some of the benefits of the conferences that happened in Abidjan. The first version of the WACMAC happened in Abidjan in 2019. Then in 2022, we held one in Accra, Ghana. It was supposed to happen in 2021, but because of the COVID restrictions, we had to move it to 2022. And now to align the calendar properly, we are holding the Nigerian edition this year in Lagos. We hope after the conference, decisions will be taken because some of the key policymakers like the Honorable Minister of Finance will be in attendance at the conference. And then some of the takeaways will be the methods of financing infrastructural development and sustainability issues in the West African region. So with that, it will go a long way because I know within the ECOWAS sub-region we have issues where governments are planning to have some super highways, I think from Lagos through Benin Republic, through Togo and some other countries. So with that, I believe we'll fashion out modalities where funding for such projects will come.
Now, apart from the West African countries participate, or that will likely be participating in the conference, other African countries welcome to participate in the program?
Yes, the invitation is open to not only the African countries, even some non-African countries. We are extending invitation to all key stakeholders, especially those in the capital market and the securities business. So through the platform of the International Organization of Securities Commissions and then the market regulators across the globe, where we have relationship, we are extending invitation to all.
Now, before I let you go, after deliberations, possible deliberations at the conference, what should we expect?
We expect to see issuances happening across the sub-region, where the Nigerian government can raise funds from Nigerians, from Ghanaians, from investors in Umowa region. We also expect to see a listing of securities across the sub-region. We also anticipate to see the beginning of infrastructural development and sustainability financing across the sub-region.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Technical Committee, a member, Technical Committee, West Africa Securities Regulators Association, Wasra Saad Abdul Salam. Thank you for sharing your thought with us.
Thank you.
Now, following a series of successful meetings and engagements at the 78th United Nations General Assembly, Nigeria's Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, continued to strengthen economic ties and showcase Nigeria's investment potential. He led a high-level Nigerian delegation to the market opening ceremony at the London Stock Exchange, marking a significant moment in a series of activities accompanying the International Non-Deal Roadshow. Experts say the market opening ceremony at the London Stock Exchange is a symbolic event that underscores Nigeria's commitment to fostering international investment and trade relations. It serves as a platform for showcasing the country's economic resilience and readiness to engage with global investors. Now, Ineka Oko is standing by for global stock market.
Hello and welcome to the global market segment. Asian stocks mostly sank Tuesday over worries about a possible U.S. government shutdown and the troubled Chinese economy. Japan's benchmark Nikkei 225 dipped 1.11% in early trades. The Shanghai Composite also dropped 0.36%, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index is down 1.04%. In Europe, markets opened lower as negative momentum continues in the region. The DAX in Germany is down 0.46%, UK's FTSE 0.29%, and the French CAC 0.71%. US stock futures on their part hovered near the flat line early Tuesday morning. Futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average dipped 0.43%, S&P 500 depreciated by 0.53%, and Nasdaq Composite is down 0.65%. Markets in Africa also opened lower, tracking global sentiment. At the moment, the JSE Africa Top 40 in South Africa is sinking 2.2%, while Namibia's overall index is down 0.29%. And that's Global Market Review. Musa, it's back to you.
Thank you, Neka. Latest statistics released by the International Air Transport Association indicates that Nigeria appears to have returned $28.2 million in foreign airlines block funds in the past 4 months. A recent statement by the association says Nigeria presently accounts for $783 million of block airline funds, while in another statement in June said Nigeria was withholding $812.2 million in April 2023. And on the inquiry, an IATA spokesperson confirmed that the reduction in trapped funds was due to many factors, including a weak intervention from the Nigerian government. A trade report by the National Bureau of Statistics has indicated that the Netherlands maintained its lead as the top export destination of Nigerian goods in the second quarter of 2023. The report titled Commodity Price Indices and Terms of Trade 2023 first quarter showed the country maintained the position with export trade with 788.8 billion naira, accounting for 11.24% of total export. Recall that Nigeria's total trade in second quarter was 12.7 trillion naira, with exported goods worth 7 trillion naira, while imported goods stood at 5.7 trillion naira. It stated that the major commodities exported during the period were petroleum oils and oils obtained from bituminous minerals, crude worth 766.3 billion naira, with frozen shrimps and prawns worth 4.4 billion naira, and mechanically propelled vessels for the transports of goods valued at 4.2 billion naira. On the other hand, it said Nigeria imported goods worth 369.6 billion naira from the Netherlands during the period. A dollar at 10-month top as U.S. yield spike, yen slides. Let's now see how much the naira is exchanging for other currencies. And now to energy. Oil prices slip in early trade on Tuesday amid concerns that fuel demand will be crimped by major central banks holding interest rates higher for longer, even with supply expected to be tight. Brent crude futures were down 11 cents at $93.18 a barrel, and U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures were trading 1 cent lower at $9.67. The world's top economic policy makers, the U.S. Federal Reserve and European Central Bank, have over the recent days reiterated their commitment to fight inflation, signaling tight policy may persist longer than previously anticipated. High interest rates slow economic growth, which curbs oil demand. Now, the African Development Bank says it plans to commence the phase 2 of the Staple Crop Processing Zone project. The Director General of AFDB, Lamin Barrow, who stated this in Abuja, said owing to the success of the first phase, about 23 states have indicated interest to also participate in the project. The states include Lagos, Anambra, Benue, Ekiti, Delta, Gombe, Ondo, Jigawa, Katsina, Kebbi, Kogi, Nasarawa, Niger, Bayelsa, Bauchi, Ebonyi, Enugu, Rivers, Sokoto, Taraba, and Borno. It pointed out that AFDB President Dr. Akinwumi Additional had said that the SCPs will be the game changers for agriculture in Nigeria, as it will provide world-class infrastructure to support food agri-businesses, develop competitive value chains supported by logistics systems that will drive food processing and value addition. Now, gold subdued by Federal Reserve higher for longer interest rate stands. Let's see how commodities are traded around the world. Well, that's it. Business Express returns Wednesday at 3 p.m. Thanks for watching.